So about 6 weeks ago, we put in our order with HarvestRight, and today our freeze dryer arrived. So we're going to do a little quick unboxing of this for you, and you can see exactly what it is that comes with the HarvestRight freeze dryer and how it's packaged. And hopefully we'll go on from there to do a lot of freeze drying videos for you. We ordered the upgraded pump. So this is not the oil-free, but it is the higher-end oil pump. You have the option of 3 different pumps with HarvestRight: the base model, the higher-end model, and then the oilless, which is the highest end. This is the insulating plug that goes in the door of your freeze dryer. This is the impulse sealer for sealing the Mylar bags that come with it, which are right here. And this allows you to store your freeze-dried food for up to 25 years. These are the connecting cords and hoses for the machine. Our HarvestRight freeze dryer trays. I'm actually really surprised how small these are. I thought these would be quite a bit larger than they are. I don't really know why I thought that, but they seem very small compared to what I was expecting. This is your oil change kit for doing the oil changes on the pumps. Oxygen absorbers for your bags. And it does come also with the oil for the pump. And then this, of course, is going to be the pump itself. And that is quite heavy. It's probably about 35-40 pounds. Okay, so apparently our HarvestRight did not come with the pump that we ordered. It's on back order and it will ship in about 8 weeks. So they sent us a complimentary base model pump. And so that's actually a nice thing. That'll give us a spare. We will keep that around and use it for sure. The downside to this pump is you do have to change the oil about every 4 to 5 uses of the freeze dryer. So it's a much higher maintenance pump. It is also supposed to be significantly louder. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get the cardboard off of the freeze dryer itself, and we'll get a look at what it is that they've sent us. So we ordered the medium size.
So for reference, you don't actually have to cut the tape. Once you cut the bands, the box will actually lift off the top. Very well packaged.
All right, so there it is. We'll have to see if we can get this up on the counter and get it into use. Okay, so what Ryan is doing right now is he's actually reversing the side that the drain hose comes out on, and that's because the corner we plan to put this in, we can't access the valve on the hose, so we're going to just move that over to the other side. It is designed to have that done. There's a hole on the other side for it.
So we're not going to take the back all the way off. I can reach in there. It'll be harder for you to see. This is the drain that we're talking about right there. And there's a spot on the other side of the device. So we're just going to go ahead, spin that around without hitting anything else important inside. Poke it right out the other side. There's some electrical wires right here, so we're going to go under those wires. Just like that. And right out that side. So now you can see we're on the same side that the vacuum pump goes on, which will be out where it's accessible for us. So we'll go ahead and put the screws back in. We'll get this set in place, hook up the vacuum pump, and kind of go from there. So we got it all set up here on our bench, about where we want it. There's room for the door to open here. Nice, plenty of room. We don't really use this garage door for anything other than bringing wood and stuff into the woodworking shop, but you'll notice that the side of the door is still out past the handle. We've got our condensate drain on. Not condensate. It's actually the water that it pulls out of your food. It will drain out of here. They do say they have some kind of a 5-gallon bucket. What we'll probably end up doing is drilling a hole in the bench and putting our bucket down here so it drains right directly into the bucket. There is a valve on that I believe you have to open and close at certain times through the process. Sue can explain that later. We've plugged our vacuum pump into the back of the freeze dryer, our freeze dryer into the wall. We've connected our vacuum hose hand tight, and now we're getting ready to add our vacuum oil, our oil pump, vacuum pump oil. So there's a fill line on the front here. I'll get over out of the way. There's also a valve here. You want to make sure it's closed or it'll just run right out. And we'll just start dumping this in, and we bring it in until it's up to the full line. I have no idea how much it takes. They send 2 bottles of this. My guess is if they send us 2 bottles, it probably takes 2 bottles. And as Sue mentioned, this pump is actually I call it a loaner pump, except for it doesn't look like they intend on wanting it back. They have 2 grades of oil pumps, and then they have an oil-less pump. The difference between the 2 oil pumps really is how often you have to filter the oil. You get this oil filter here we'll have to look into, and basically after so many cycles you have to filter the oil through this and put it back in the pump. The better pump, I think you can go 30 or 20,
I think, and this one's only 4 or 5.
Yeah, so it's not 100, it's a lot more, and it was a lot more money financially to go with the oil-less pump. So we chose not to go that route for now. And there we go. You'll see it coming up. Just like that. So it took about 1.5 bottles. So we'll keep this half a bottle. And I think that's about it. I think Sue's probably going to do a little research, figure out how to use this, and maybe come back and do a video on doing some eggs and something else. I'm not sure what else she has to freeze dry. So she'll bring you along for that, but that's the unboxing. There's a power switch on the back of this that will turn on. I believe we can probably turn it on now. And the display, I guess, should come on in a minute here. And I think from there, it's really the tray holder, you'll notice, looks nice and level now. That was turned, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 degrees. We did turn it back to roughly level, because if you put liquid in your tray, you don't want it to run out. The book did say that the orange heater pads need to face down. They need to be on the top facing down. So
there's a lot of glare there.
there you go.
There you can see the orange heater pads.
So I think that's about it. We're going to wrap this unboxing setup video, if you will. Wrap this up, and we'll bring it back and show you as we freeze dry some of the stuff that we do over the time. Really excited for next summer when the garden starts coming in.
So we wanted to do a little recap on the unboxing of the freeze dryer. When we purchased it, we were told that it would be 10 to 12 weeks for delivery because they do have a high demand at the moment. And we were very happy. We received ours in about 6 weeks, actually. But one of the pacing factors for the freeze dryer was that the pump apparently was on back order. So what HarvestRight actually did was they sent us this pump, which is the base model pump, although we ordered the higher end oil pump. And they told us that when the higher end oil pump is back in stock, they'll ship that out, but we get to keep this one for free. So HarvestRight really does obviously try to stand by their customers and do everything they can to give you a good customer service experience and make sure that you're satisfied with your purchase. So we're very excited to have a spare pump just in case we ever need it. And once we get our new pump, this one will go on the shelf and we'll store it in case the other one ever has an issue. And so overall, we are very pleased with our purchasing experience so far. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.